Hello everyone, let me introduce myself first. My name is Steven Raphael and my name is 33220049 and I'm from class 33 5B07 and I'm from Bina Sarana Informatika University, and this is in this video I will gonna discuss about project 1 from the classroom management. Today I'll be presenting the topic for our classroom management subject. It is causes of classroom conflict. This presentation is for my midterm project, and I hope it gives you insight into what really causes conflict in school settings. Next, introduction. In introduction, there is conflict in the classroom. It's a natural part of school life. It arises from various sources, including students, teacher, and the environment. Understanding causes help teachers manage behavior effectively. Okay, in this slide, the conflicts in the classroom are very common. They can come from small things like a disagreement between students to bigger issue like disrespect toward the teacher. As future educator, we need to understand these causes so that we can prevent to reduce conflict and create a better learning environment. Next, what is classroom conflict? A situation where disagreement or tension arises between students or between students and teachers. Can be verbal, non-verbal, or physical, may disrupt learning and affect classroom climate. Classroom conflict is any kind of tension, disagreement, or fight that happens in a learning environment. It can be something like two students arguing or even a student challenging the teacher. This conflict can stop learning, lower motivation, and make students feel uncomfortable. Next. Major causes of classroom conflict. Student-related causes, teacher-related causes, environmental causes, culture, and individual causes. There are four major causes in this classroom conflict. We're gonna discuss one by one. The first is student-related causes. Disrupt behavior, talking out of turn, bullying, lack of respect, peer pressure and competition, emotional issue, stress, frustration, low self-esteem, lack of interest or motivation. Sometimes students behave in a way that disturb the class, like talking too much, bullying, or not following rules. They may also feel pressure from friends or be dealing with emotional problems like stress or lack of confidence. If they're not interested in the lesson or feel bored, this can also lead to conflict. Okay. Next is teacher-related causes. Inconsistent discipline or unfair treatment, poor communication or lack of rapport with student, overuse of authority without empathy, lack of classroom structure or unclear rules. Teacher also play a role. If the teacher is unfair or inconsistent is giving discipline, students might feel angry. Poor communication like not listening to students or speaking harshly can also cause tension. And if the classroom rules are not clear or teacher is too controlling, student might resist. Okay. Next is the environmental causes. There are overcrowded classroom, lack of resources or facilities, uncomfortable physical condition, long unstructured lesson. The classroom setting is important. If there are too many students or not enough space or equipment, students might feel uncomfortable or frustrated. Also, if the classroom is too hot, noisy, or disorganized, It can affect their behavior and make them feel more likely to act out. Next is cultural and individual differences. Students came from different backgrounds and sometimes they misunderstand each other. For example, cultural habits or language difference can create tension. Also, every student differently may some need more attention, and if they don't get it, they might feel left out or act out. Next is impact of classroom conflict. First is reduces teaching and learning effectiveness. Second is create a tense, unsafe classroom atmosphere. Can damage student-teacher relationship. Leads to disengagement and dropout. If conflicts are not handled properly, they can disturb the whole learning process. The classroom becomes less productive, students feel unsafe, and the connection between teacher and student can be damaged. Some students might even lose interest in schooling or stop attending. Thus, its conclusion, conflict is inevitable but manageable. Understanding causes is the first step in effective classroom management. Teacher needs to build strong relationships, communicate clearly, and create a positive environment. In conclusion, conflict in the classroom can always be avoided, but it can be managed. The first step is knowing where the conflict came from. As the future teacher, we should focus on building good relationships with students, setting clear rules, and making the classroom a comfortable and respectful place for everyone. That's the end from the part 1, and we go to the part 2 that I must solve all the problems. Let's get started. Okay, I might move my camera here. The problem is Mr. Eleazar repeatedly had problem when leading the class discussion with his junior high school students. No matter how involved the topic the students were, they were usually safer students sitting in the back who would talk, shout out silly answer, and play with objects they had brought from home. The problem summary is despite interesting topic, safer students sit in the back, they talking, making jokes, and play with objects during discussion. Some logical solution is establish clear rules and produce. Mr. Eleazar should review and constantly enforce class rules about behavior during discussion. Second is proximity control. He could move closer to the back of the room to discussing to manage behavior through presence alone. Third is use seating arrangement strategically. Place the disrupted student close to the in front or structured seating plan to reduce temptation for off-task behavior. Four is engage student actively. Include more interactive discussion format to keep all students accountable. The fifth is behavioral consequences. Give clear consequences for repeated disruption and follow through consistently. Second problem is Stefano was one of the most provocative and disruptive students. Miss Glanderia never talked throughout class. He constantly remarks talk to girl and teased students sitting near him. He made inappropriate and sarcastic remarks in response to almost anything Miss Gandara said. When confronted by her, Stefano grinned charmingly and responded with extreme discourtesy to the lack of the other students. Okay, I move my camera. The problem summary is Stefano talks and makes sarcastic remarks, then acts charming when confronted, gaining attention from classmates. Some solutions in here are avoid reinforcing attention seeking. Don't confront Stefano in front of the class. Just give him the audience he wants. Instead, instead, speak to him privately. Use assertive discipline. Clearly state which behavior are unacceptable and apply predetermined consequences without emotion. Third, is involved in responsibility. Give Stefano classroom responsibility or leadership roles that shift his energy towards something positive. 4 is classroom contract. Create a behavior contract with Stefano that outlines expected behavior and consequences involving him in the process. The last is involve parents or counselor. If the behavior persists, involve support staff to address deeper causes like attention seeking or social emotional issue. The last problem is Monsieur Haskell was concerned about the frequently loose teasing that had begun in her class. It reached the point where there was constant bickering among the students. They became so angry, began yelling, shouting, and show shaving one another during class. The problem summary is teasing escalates into constant bickering and physical aggression, like shouting and shaving. Some solutions I gave here are address classmate climate immediately. Hold a class meeting to discuss how students should treat each other, emphasizing respect and empathy. Second is implement a clear anti-bullying policy. Develop and enforce rules that prohibit teasing and name-calling with real consequences. Third is conflict resolution training. Teach students how to resolve disagreement peacefully. Fourth is positive behavior reinforcement. Reward cooperative behavior publicly and constantly. Last is use cooperative learning. Structure lessons that require teamwork and positive independence to build peer relationship and reduce conflict. That's all the conflict and that's all about the presentation. Thank you for watching and if I made some mistakes or any wrong words, sorry. Thank you.